7:39, a tough new ban on smoking in the workplace has state Republicans feeling that government is interfering in the lives of Connecticut residents too much, while the Public Health Committee feels strongly that this is a health issue. So here to talk about both sides of the bill are Representative Rob Kane and also Representative Matt Lesser. Gentlemen, good to see you. Thanks so much for coming in.
Morning.
Representative Lesser, why don't you just first begin by telling us what this is, because this really only applies to very small businesses, right?
Sure. No, this bill applies to businesses with fewer than 5 employees, and it just plugs a loophole and says that the same ban that we have on workplace smoking for big businesses should also protect customers and employees of smaller businesses as well. This is something that's been supported by the American Heart Association, American Cancer Society, American College of Family Physicians. This is a common sense way to plug a loophole that a lot of people don't even know about.
Representative Kane, what's the matter with that, making people not smoke in the workplace?
You know, in my mind, Logan, this is another April Fool's joke. I mean, we have a $3.2 billion deficit, and now here we are putting another restriction on business. We're interfering with people's lives. I think Ronald Reagan said government cannot protect us from ourselves. So if you choose to smoke, or if someone chooses to smoke, that's their freedom, that's their right. If you have a small little insurance agent up in Hebron who's by himself, now he can't smoke in his business. So why is government telling this person what they should or shouldn't do? In my mind, it's overstepping its bounds.
Well, I guess the reason government is doing that is because secondhand smoke can kill. I mean, I think everybody probably agrees that secondhand smoke is really a very dangerous situation. Is the concern with you and the Republicans is that we're talking about very small businesses? You talk about this Hebron business. It's the mom and pops out there that like to smoke, and they're not really hurting anybody.
Exactly that. You know, that's another reason for us to overstep its bounds and get into people's lives. You know, if mom and pop want to smoke, and I as a consumer don't wish to do business with them, I have the choice to go somewhere else because of that smoking. If you as an employee don't like your employer smoking, you can choose to work somewhere else. So we have that freedom. That's what made this country great. For government to come in and tell us these kind of things, again, I think they're overstepping its bounds. Not to mention, how are we going to police it? We're going to put another unfunded mandate on the towns to go out and police these things with our Department of Public Health or police departments. If you have to file a claim or a complaint,
sure.
It's just overstepping, is what I feel.
What about that, Representative?
Well, I respect Senator Kane enormously, but he's dead wrong on this. I think Connecticut residents are used to workplace smoking bans. I think most people aren't even aware that this loophole exists. But the fact is that employees shouldn't be forced to show up and work in a place where it's filled with smoke. It's hazardous to their health, and customers shouldn't have to put up with it either. You know, this isn't about going in anybody's home. We're exempting home-based businesses here, because the last thing we want is to have government folks poking around somebody's home. But you shouldn't have to go to work in a smoke-filled workplace. And we heard from small business owners at our public hearing about how other small businesses, they would share an office building with somebody, and they'd have smoke coming into their business because of this loophole as well. And that's annoying, and it's bad for public health.
Some people might argue that it's a tough economy out there. It's tough to get a job, and there you are. Maybe the only job you can get is in one of these small little places, and they're all allowed to smoke, and you're concerned about your safety. I'll let you have the final.
Yeah, I disagree when he says we're forced. No one is forced to do anything. We have choice, and we have freedom, and that's what makes this country great. But attacking small business at the worst economic time that we have is just not the right thing to do. We should be leaving business alone, quite honestly, and giving them the opportunities to expand and do more, rather than enter into their lives yet again. It's just I guess a philosophical difference.
Representative Kane, Representative Lesser, thanks, gentlemen, for coming in.
Thank you.
We'll see how it all turns out. The vote recently was 19-9 in favor of the ban, so we'll see where it goes from here. Sarah, over to you.
Thanks, guys.